boys and girls. Today we're going to begin reading another section from a different point of view of our book Wonder. We're going to be reading from Justin's point of view. Now, you may have remembered if you listened to our chapter yesterday who Justin is. Justin is Via's new boyfriend, and so he's come into the picture recently. He does not know a whole lot about Augie and the family, so we're going to see his point of view today. The next chapter is called Olivia's Brother. The first time I meet Olivia's little brother, I have to admit, I'm totally taken by surprise. I shouldn't be, of course. Olivia's told me about his syndrome, has even described what he looks like. But she's also talked about all of his surgeries over the years, so I guess I assumed he'd be more normal looking by now. Like when a kid is born with a cleft lip and has plastic surgery to fix it sometimes, you can't even tell except for the little scar above the lip. I guess I thought her brother would have some scars here and there, but not this. I definitely wasn't expecting to see this little kid in a baseball cap who's sitting in front of me right now. Actually, there are two kids sitting in front of me. One is a total normal-looking kid with curly blonde hair named Jack. The other is Augie. I like to think I'm able to hide my surprise. I hope I do. Surprise is one of those emotions that can be kind of hard to fake, though. Whether you're trying to look surprised when you're not, or you're trying to not look surprised when you are. I shake his hand. I shake the other kid's hand. I don't want to focus on his face. Cool room, I say. Are you Via's boyfriend, he says. I think he's smiling. Olivia pushes down his baseball cap. Is that a machine gun? The blonde kid asks, like I haven't heard that one before. And we talk about Zydeco for a bit, and then Via's taking me by the hand and leading me out of the room. As soon as we close the door behind us, we hear them laughing. I'm from Brooklyn, one of them sings. Olivia rolls her eyes and she smiles. Let's go hang out in my room, she says. We've been dating for 2 months now. I knew from the moment I saw her, the minute she sat down at our table in the cafeteria, that I liked her. I couldn't keep my eyes off of her. Really beautiful, with olive skin and the bluest eyes I've ever seen in my life. At first, she acted like she only wanted to be friends. I think she kind of gives off that vibe without even meaning to. Stay back. Don't even bother. She doesn't flirt like other girls do. She looks you right in the eye when she talks to you, like she's daring you. So I just kept looking her right in the eye too, like I was daring her right back. And then I asked her out, and she said yes, which rocked. She's an awesome girl, and I love hanging out with her. She didn't tell me about August until our third date. I think she used the phrase a craniofacial abnormality to describe his face. Or maybe it was craniofacial anomaly. I know the one word she didn't use was deformed, though, because that word would have registered with me. So what do you think? She asked me nervously the second we were inside of her room. Are you shocked? No, I lie. She smiles and looks away. You're shocked. I'm not, I assure her. He's just like what you said he'd be. She nods and plops down on her bed. Kind of cute how she still has all of the stuffed animals on her bed. She takes one of them, a polar bear, without thinking, and puts it into her lap. I sit down on the rolling chair by her desk. Her room is immaculate. When I was little, she says, there were lots of kids who never came back for a second play date. I mean, lots of kids. I even had friends who wouldn't come to my birthday parties because he would be there. They never actually told me this, but it would get back to me. Some people just don't know how to deal with Augie, you know? I nod. It's not even like they know that they're being mean, she adds. They were just scared. I mean, let's face it, his face is a little scary, right? I guess. Yes, I answer. But are you okay with it? She asks me sweetly. You're not too freaked out or scared? I'm not freaked out or scared. I smile. She nods and looks down at the polar bear on her lap. I can't tell whether she believes me or not, but then she gives me, the polar bear, a kiss on the nose and tosses it to me with a little smile. I think that means she believes me, or at least that she wants to. The next chapter is called Valentine's Day. I give Olivia a heart necklace for Valentine's Day, and she gives me a messenger bag that she's made out of old floppy disks. Very cool how she makes things like that. Earrings out of old pieces of circuit boards, dresses out of t-shirts, bags out of old jeans. She's so creative. I tell her that she should be an artist someday, but she wants to be a scientist, a geneticist of all things. She wants to find cures for people like her brother, I guess. We make plans for me to finally meet her parents, a Mexican restaurant on Amesfort Avenue near her house on Saturday night. All day long, I'm nervous about it. And when I get nervous, my tics come out. I mean, my tics are always there, but they're not like they used to be when I was little. Nothing but a few hard blinks now, the occasional head pull. But when I'm stressed, they get worse. And I'm definitely stressing about meeting her folks. They're waiting inside when I get to the restaurant. The dad gets up and shakes my hand. The mom gives me a hug. I give Augie a hello fist punch and kiss Olivia on the cheek before I sit down. It's so nice to meet you, Justin. We've heard so much about you. Her parents couldn't be nicer. Put me at ease right away. The waiter brings over the menus, and I notice his expression the moment he lays eyes on August. But I pretend not to notice. I guess we're all pretending not to notice things tonight. The waiter, my tics, the way August crushes the tortilla chips on the table and spoons the crumbs into his mouth. I look at Olivia, and she smiles at me. She knows. She sees the waiter's face. She sees my tics. Olivia is a girl who sees everything. We spend the entire dinner talking and laughing. Olivia's parents ask me about my music, how I got into the fiddle and stuff like that. And I tell them about how I used to play classical violin, but I got into Appalachian folk music and then Zydeco. And they're listening to every word like they're really interested. They tell me to let them know the next time my band's playing a gig so that they can come and listen. I'm not used to all the attention, to be truthful. My parents don't have a clue about what I want to do with my life. They never ask. We never talk like this. I don't think they even know I traded my Baroque violin for an 8-string hardanger fiddler 2 years ago. After dinner, we go back to Olivia's for some ice cream. Their dog greets us at the door. An old dog, super sweet. She's thrown up all over the hallway, though. Olivia's mom rushes to get paper towels while the dad picks the dog up like she's a baby. "What's up, old girlie?" he says. And the dog's in heaven, tongue hanging out, tail wagging, and the legs in the air at awkward angles. "Dad, tell Justin how you got Daisy," says Olivia. "Yeah," says Augie. The dad smiles and sits down in the chair with the dog still cradled in his arms. It's obvious he's told this story lots of times, and they'll all love to hear it again. "So I'm coming home from the subway one day," he says, "and this homeless guy I've never seen in the neighborhood before is pushing this floppy mutt in a stroller. And he comes up to me and says, 'Hey, mister, want to buy my dog?' And without even thinking about it, I say, 'Sure. How much do you want?' And he says, $10. So I give him the $20 I have in my wallet, and he hands me the dog. Justin, I'm telling you, you never smelled anything so bad in your life. She stank so much I can't even tell you. So I took her right from there to the vet down the street, and then I brought her home. Didn't even call me first, by the way, the mom interjects as she cleans the floor to see if I'm okay with his bringing home some homeless guy's dog. The dog actually looks over at Mom when she says this, like she understands everything everyone is saying about her. She's a happy dog. Like she knows she lucked out that day finding this family. I kind of know how she feels. I like Olivia's family. They laugh a lot. My family's not like this at all. My mom and dad got divorced when I was 4, and they pretty much hate each other. I grew up spending half of every week in my dad's apartment in Chelsea and the other half in my mom's place in Brooklyn Heights. I have a half-brother who's 5 years older than me and barely knows that I exist. For as long as I can remember, I felt like my parents could hardly wait for me to be old enough to take care of myself. You can go to the store by yourself. Here's the key to the apartment. It's funny how there's a word like overprotective to describe some parents, but no word that means the opposite. What word do you use to describe parents who don't protect enough? Underprotective? Neglectful? Self-involved? Lame? All of the above? Olivia's family tells each other, "I love you," all the time. I can't remember the last time anyone in my family said that to me. By the time I go home, my tics have all stopped. All right, that's the end of those 2 chapters for today. A little bit longer than usual, but good to introduce a new character and kind of get to know him and what his life story's like. He comes from a different type of home life, and you can see that, and he really appreciates the home life that Via has. He likes the family, the dog, the mom, the dad, Augie too. Differences and all. He really appreciates this family. So, do you appreciate your family? Make sure you tell them. Make sure you do something like Via's family today and tell them how much you love them, how much you care about them. That's important. We're all at home together. We're doing this school thing together, but apart. But, it's really important to take care of what's valuable in our lives right now, which is family. So go ahead and appreciate them. Have a great day, and I'll read to you next time. Bye.